think I'm filming now. Yeah. Hey, we get your vibe. Baby, are you ready for the ride? Mesmerized by them. Guys, so I have a squeaky chair. You guys already know this. However, it makes me feel alive, my chair. It makes me feel like I've been running my podcast for a very long time, and I'm in a corner of my room in a box. And somewhere in a house is built 175 years ago, and it has personality. This chair is not haunted. It has a personality. You know what I mean? This is a big ass black cup of coffee. All right, guys. So, Topsy Bronx took a big mental break. Much needed. Guys, you guys, I love you, and you guys know that it's really important for me that we take care of our mental health and then we step away when we need to. As many of you know, I suffer from bipolar 2 disorder. I like to say thank God, but I don't mean it in a bad way, but there's different types of bipolar. So in getting up every single day and trying to see what works best for me, what is best for me and my happiness and my mental liberation, one of those things is saying thank you God that I'm BP2. Because for me, I can better control it. It's tough for me, but I can't imagine where it'll be to be BP1. And I'm sure that many people BP1 are like, I can't imagine what it is to be BP2. And so the beauty behind that is just being grateful as one big team, and being able to be there for one another as bipolar warriors and survivors in this chaotic world of ours post-COVID 2020. The year that didn't exist, guys. The year that didn't exist. A lot of my followers have been worried about me for my last few videos. I am great. I am doing really good. Guys, it's been months from that last breakup. There was really a rebound that I had no idea I was rebounded. I have no idea. I had no idea that I was with someone that was my rebound. Being separated, being, already alone at that time for almost 2 years. Almost a year. About, I think a year. I just hit a year, maybe some change. I just didn't think that I was gonna walk into a rebound because I know what I want and I know what I deserve, and I know how to speak my mind and blah 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 blah, and the things that I'll take and will not take and all good stuff. Guys, Toxie Bronx was not susceptible. No, I rebounded. My ex was my rebound, guys. I had no idea. No idea. However, God, that relationship threw me off. I was stable. I was finally stable with my was walking into a remission with this individual. Kind of walked into my life. I kind of was also doing my little thing there. Thinking that this was a good person and coming from a good family, and God, Lord, no. Listen, the family is one thing. You as an individual, we're a whole other people by ourselves. What are we when we by ourselves, guys? Who are we when we are in our rooms in these four walls and no one's here with us? You can be a representative for as long as you want, but when you by yourself, who are you? Are you really who people meet? Or are you something or someone else? I like to think that I tell you exactly who I am. I like to think that my videos and my podcast will kind of give you a rough aspect of the lack of bullshit I do not accept. The bullshit that I don't accept. What I'm not willing to walk into. What I'm not willing to set us for. And finally, nowadays, I'm just in a place where I'm like, yeah, so I'm not looking for a relationship at all. No, I know I don't want one. No, I know. Guys, are you listening to me? Are you listening? I know that I don't want one. How can I write? How can I write my books? How can I go to work have a regular job, which I just got an amazing new career path, pay me very, very well, by the way. For those of you who don't know, I was assaulted in my last job that I got at I Ride Used Cars by some young cat, initials AB. First name Anthony, last name B for boy. Anyway, and he's a little jit. It's not like this kid like hurt me or like was but coming from where I come from in the jungle that we come from, it had to be the first time in a very long time that I had to be an adult, actually think, and be like, whoa, okay, this kid just pushed you and stepped on your sneakers. You know, where you come from, people get killed for those things. You know what I mean? So I remember telling the manager, I was like, yo, where I come from, I said something else, and I was just like, people get taken care of for things like this. Like, this is not something that it's so it hurt the ego. Because I had to choose between, do I, take this little kid down that I think was going through an identity crisis, wanting to be me. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying. And he, I could have pushed him back. I could have yoked this kid up and put him on his car. He was strong, I'm strong too. You know what I'm saying? He in the gym, I'm in the gym too. You know what I'm saying? I fought many guys. I'm sure he's fought many girls. So what's good? But it was a situation of, I had to stop and think for my children. I had to stop and think I was 39 years of age and that I was coming out of a remission. So I also have this mental health part of me that is like, so I think for me, it was more like, I'm not going to allow another individual, period, to put their hands on me and get away with it. I don't think the young kid knows how close he was to going to jail that day, and even weeks after, up until maybe 3 weeks ago, because I can still press charges on this poor kid. But then something spoke to me, and that was my God. And God got it. God got it, because the reality is, I spoke up. They didn't back up a female. They allowed harassment of a female on their workplace. I have quite a few recordings recorded, so I can absolutely validate my side of the story, validate the fact that the managers are aware that he put his hands on me, that I was scared, and all that stuff that I was, and again, it goes back to that PTSD. You flash forward now, and I can laugh about it, and I can say, it's just your anxiety because when you have anxiety disorder, it takes a little bit of that fear to a whole other level, right? So this is why how can I say it? I legally do what I need to do to stay protected. Let's just leave it at that, right? And you never catch me on a day off. I'm always ready. I always got the burner on me legally. I can fight. I'm always equipped. And you can be as prepared as you can be, and things are going to happen. Things can happen. So it's about really deciding, okay, I'm going to put myself in a position where I am not walking into work stressed out, and because I was finding myself grilling the dude. I was already waiting for him to look at me or say something because I was ready. I already had told the homie, I was like, they don't want to take care of this, is what they want? Okay. Since they're giving me permission to take care of the situation myself, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I was feeling myself, I was seeing myself the last few days I was at work, going right by Anthony, walking right by this dude, waiting for him to do or say something. Because I was ready, and it was going to get physical. Because I couldn't wait. You know what I mean? So it's like, again, guys, we're in the understanding that I have bipolar 2 disorder. So I'm not violent by any means. However, there is a ticking time bomb. So when you put me in a pressure cooker and you're not handling a situation that I am approaching you about legally the right way, and you're telling me, oh, grow thicker skin, it's because you're a girl, all those illegal stuff, right, that go against the discrimination laws, right? They clearly don't want to protect their company, and yes, I spoke to many lawyers. And the last lawyer, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to put this in the back burner because I'm leaving. They didn't want me to quit. They didn't want me to quit. They wanted me to stay on the job. And then I had another attorney. So this is going to become it was going to become big. Obviously, I knew that in the state of Florida, you could be recording stuff, but if you don't tell the other party that you don't record, that you're recording, it's not admissible in the court. Duh. But neither is a freaking lie detector, but you still take it. So with that perspective, I still record because I already know it's not admissible in court. However, the lawyers are going to hear it, right? So they know that I'm coming with truth. So they fight for me better. The judge gets to hear it. It's just not admissible in court, guys. So no matter what, I'm still going to gather and collect my evidence, right? I'm going to still take my screenshots. I'm still going to make sure that legally I protect myself. I come from a business where I am in the de-escalation department. I handle complaints. I don't really know why they messed around with fire when lava when they were playing with me. My journey took me elsewhere. I'm blessed to have this platform that I can talk about. And I'm glad that I can say I would have stayed there and I would have been extremely profitable. Talk about there's no commission. Guys, really, guys? We all know this commission. Okay? There's upfront prices. And yes, they can change those prices if they feel like it. Okay? Yeah, they can. And they do it for the right persons. And many times people will get approved. I'm forced whistleblower all the way. Many times people will get approved. And they won't pay the fee to the bank for that individual. So instead, they make you come out of pocket with the deposit. And if you don't have the deposit, then you don't have it. So how are we different? So we were bullying female cult workers. We're bullying our customers. We're lying to them. There's extreme pressure going on. So you're talking about Topsy Bronx who comes from the medical field. This is just not for me. Right? So you have to be okay with people thinking that they're better than you, thinking they are more powerful and successful. You have to continue to let them, because I'm sitting in an industry where you're dealing with sociopaths and psychopaths, and you're dealing with people that literally money rules their world. They're falling apart. They got divorces going on. They're miserable. Their wives and their husbands are freaking miserable. They're miserable. They're stuck in a marriage where they're freaking being it's disgusting. But yet, however, they're still in it, right? Because to chase joy, to make a decision that you're no longer going to be treated in a certain way, that jeopardizes too much, right? So I decided that I was going to give it to prayer. I remember my other homeboy, Sasa, y'all know who he was. He was my so-called friend that I he was another traitor, manipulator. I saw through him from the first few weeks. However, what he didn't realize was that I kind of kept checking off on certain things. This is why when it was clear the betrayal, I cut him off like the bitch that he was. Ooh, sorry. My bad. And so I remember him asking me, do you really carry a gun on you? And I had to look at him in the eyes and I say, yeah, I really do. Ready and loaded all the time. Why would someone ask you such a question? People that want to get to know you because they are intimidated by you are going to eventually show themselves. If you're like me, a human profiler, you're paying attention, you're hearing with your eyes and you're seeing with your ears the same way you hear with your ears and see with your eyes, you would be able to see the red flags more so than not. Okay? So you get to see the person, see the human, and almost even play their game, right? And to those checks start adding up and you say, okay, this person is definitely not loyal. This person is about to snake me, attempt to pull the rug out of my. But what they're going to be surprised is that I'm already ready for them. And so just like that, the minute his betrayal came out, he was the first one who got in my face at Health First. And I made sure that he understood that I was not the one. Don't do it. You going to do this, sir? Because is this what you want to do, sir? Okay. Then you also had to point to the cameras and he shrinked like a little baby girl that he is. Okay, so that's the first thing, right? Settled that. And I was finding myself in a situation where I had finally walked into my remission. I was calm, my PTSD was minimizing, and all of a sudden, they're wanting me to be aggressive. They're wanting me to pull out that Bronx out of me, to pull out the, trying to peer pressure people and making them want to buy, making them think that this is what they want. It didn't matter. Even the nicest person there that sold my daughter the car, even he was, he is that industry. He didn't really care. And I really thought, I was like, wow, my daughter was really just a number. It was just that he liked us, and we all got along, and there was a part of him that wanted to genuinely help my daughter, and he did. However, they played the game the exact same that I learned to play the game at the dealership. So I decided that I am no longer going to be selling cars. It's just not for me. I'm not a liar. I'm not manipulative. I am much more aware now how to buy a car. I know exactly how to buy my car. I know exactly how much I need down, when I got to walk in, the deal with the percent. So I learned a lot from the industry itself. So when the time comes for me to go in and buy a car, I know exactly what I need and want, the things to look for, what I need and what I don't need. The only thing, guys, we need is gap insurance. That's all we need. You don't need anything else. Gap insurance. Just protect yourself. So when you leave the lot, guys, you're covered. And if the car is damaged, Gap will cover what the rest of your loan. Done. You need Gap. Everybody needs Gap. Okay. Anyway. So that is the key, the TT, the top 2 things that we had to follow up when it came to my iWrite job. So just know, guys, that I am in a really good place, and I definitely don't want to mention the new career path that I got into. I don't want to talk about where. I don't, because it's a lot of, besides my bombers, I have a lot of people that just want to see what's going on with me, that log onto my videos. Hey, haters, hey. Or more, say my appreciators. So they're watching. So I really do want to come up with this big shock and awe in the next 6 months to a year. So I don't actually want to talk about the triumphs and the blessings that God has given me. So I won't be updating my Facebook on all of my stuff with where I'm working, what I'm doing. I'm just not. I'm going to try so hard to keep that on the skirt, because I know I'm really proud of the career change and where I'm walking into and how this is going to impact my businesses. And I'm walking into something that's going to directly impact my credit business. Guys, tbronx.com. If your credit score is anywhere near 650 and below, holla at your girl. Okay, tbronx.com. Look at the stuff. My phone number is on there. Text me, preferred. Text me preferred. You have my email there. Go ahead and send me an email. Let me know what your situation is and allow me to be there for you guys. And make that change for you guys to get you into that house. I'm working, obviously, on my own credit. I have my own business. I'm working on myself with my credit. And the goal is to be in my house. I like, the realistic part of me wants to say 2 years or less. But the subconscious part of me is like, in a year. I'm going to be working really hard to get in a home in a year. But my lease is up in 6 months, so I'm working with my landlord to see if we could figure something out from here to a better home, because from that location, I'm going on to purchase my home. So in the next 2 years, I'll be in my brand new home. Hopefully, I got holding on to my bad boy, my car. I don't want to get rid of her. Guys, I'm Ubering. I'm doing Uber Eats. I have I have so much fun, guys. I want to attach my link on here. Oh God, I never do this stuff right. I want to attach my link for the Uber on here. It has saved my life. So after, I left iRide, I wasn't feeling good. I got a little bit sick. Thank God, by the graces of God, I'm back and I'm better. Man, God, remember, guys, I told you a while ago, I walked into my celibacy. So I'm still dedicated to that. I'm still loyal to my God when it comes to that. So I've been celibate now for quite some time now. Let me see, from my breakup. So from my breakup, September, October, November, December, January, February. So I'm so proud of myself, guys. I've been celibate for 6 months. I've been focused more on my mental health and trying to allow that job to kind of mess up my mental health. So I decided to get out of it. And once I just started to listen to the voice in my head, that I'm like, this is totally God. This is like my proper subconscious. For many of you who don't believe in God, are like, this lady's crazy. It's your voice. It's your inner voice. What if it's my inner voice? That voice right there. And I listened to it. And I said, you know what? It's not about the money for you, Topsy. You sorry. If not, I would have been rich. Feel like I would have had a word. So for me, it really is more about happiness. I have to walk into a career that's going to continue to grow me, a career that has money, a career of money, a career that puts me in a position to be able to help my community, my kids first, obviously, in my community. Because if you know me is to know what I want to do for my Black and Hispanics, especially, is to get these kids into walking into their credit freedom, right? It's to just have our children of color, literally to be able to purchase homes, open businesses, understand credit, understand numbers, understand stocks and investments, right? All that stuff. But with better knowledge than me, like actually have the proper knowledge. Yeah. I had to learn the hard way. I'm still learning. You guys would be very proud of me. I found myself lately offering my phone number and asking for people's phone number or their phone numbers or their business cards, in the hopes that I'm creating a new network of friends or new network of just people, whether they're friends or acquaintances or connections, people that I aspire to be like where I want to be, people that I can bite off of them and learn from them and gain something positive from them in the hopes that they also gain something positive from me. So that is huge. And the best part about that is that when I walked away from iRide, and I was sick and I got finally, thank God Almighty, I got better from being sick. I am so happy. At the end of that, I have my business, tbronx.com. I have my business with Uber Eats. I should have done it today, but I actually might pick up a rental car tomorrow and just do Uber driving as well. So yeah, I'm in a good place. So I'm gonna record a podcast. Long overdue. Got a few things to talk about on it. Let me see. Michael Williams passed away. That was sad. Guys, we're like in the, like literally, like this is here. This is hold on. This is here. This is here. This is where we're at. This is the analogy. We're that close to World War III. That's where we're at. Do you know that? My cousin's year anniversary came and went. That was a tough one. Rest in peace. They didn't post anything. I didn't say anything. I just kind of took it in at home. My sister's pregnant, guys. You guys know I don't talk to my sister. But I did find out she was pregnant and they're having a gender reveal. So I'm excited for her and her family. And I'll be dropping off my kids for the gender reveal because no matter what, boundaries are set here. You don't have to separate the kids from the family. Now, if the kids don't want to go, I won't pressure them too much, but I will pick them up within an hour or two, which is, they don't want to go. So I'm going to drop them off and, pick them up in about an hour. I'll be Ubering, still having that connection with the kids and the family. It's important to me, especially since I was homeless at 14 and not being able to have any of that myself growing up. I want them to have that. My kids opened their first bank account, my two little ones, so they're super excited about that. And since I have now the new business with Uber Eats, business is booming and they are included into that business. So they get to ride with me, they get to pick up, deliver, and after the shift is over, I break it down. This is how much money I made today. This is how much money you guys made today. This is, if this was the real world and we had a pay stub, I will be taking out your Medicare, your SSI, like I'll be taking all that FICA, all that. You'll be like, who's FICA? That's your federal taxes, buddy. Mama. But we're not going to do that. But you want to warn them so they can understand that that's really the real world and kind of get them ready for that. So now with their Navy federal accounts, they're really kind of living the life. My daughter gets to her checkings, her savings. My son next year will get a savings account. So, he has a step card. You better promote me, guys. He has a step card. So he goes from his Navy Federal, since it's an ATM card, he'll transfer it over. So he's learning things, how to budget, and he's saving for his console. So he now has a goal. He knows the price, and so we're just kind of getting them ready and understanding as well how the importance of numbers and credits. So I think so far so good. If the goal was not to be like your parents growing up, guys, I think I'm doing pretty good. And it's not a bad thing. Don't make me feel guilty about it. None of us should want to be like our parents. Many of us are like, I want to be like my mom and my dad. That's great. That's beautiful. Your parents are amazing. You have amazing parents like myself, I think. And I don't want my kids to be anything like me. I wanted to take the good out of me and take that to a whole other level, right? And save much more millions of people and make a bigger difference. My daughter's gonna go to college for a licensed social worker with a minor in psychology. And I mean, she wants to save lives. She wants to make an impact. She wants to just sit with people and talk. She wants to walk in there, see the situations, make a change in these people's families. And social work offers that more than psychology does. So she wants to take that minor in psychology to make sure that she puts everything in a nutshell and is able to really impact the family on all corners. What? Come on with your bad so precious, okay? Nothing like her mama and her father. Well, she's a little bit like me, but she's nothing like me, okay? So, you have Diamond, super creative. Oh my God, my son Jason. I mean, my kids are just like so dope, guys. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. They're really good. Like, I just don't know how I did it. Do you sit back and be like, how did I did it? I don't know how I did it sometimes, but I'm blessed to say that I did it. And the best part about being single, guys, to talk to Topsy Bronx is to be all over the place. All over the place, okay? To talk to me is to know that we're going to have 4 different conversations and we're going to touch base on all of them, hopefully finishing them all at the end. So we talked a couple of things. Darn it, I just forgot what I was about to say before I got off so I could start recording my podcast. Oh, anyway, must have been a lie. I'm just kidding. Guys, we're supposed to motivate our kids to be better than us. If your friends or family are making you feel guilty because you don't have time, just let it go. Now, it's different if you have people that are really there trying to help you and financially, whatever. But if the struggle is yours, all your own, and it doesn't even matter if you do have those people. There's so many paths that we have to take ourselves. And right now I'm in that path. This is one of them for me. Many relationships I try to build a business with. Many relationships I try to write a book with. I try to go on the radio with and podcast with. And I realized it was just my dream and my dream alone. So I don't need a team to be successful when I got God. And I got my kids. They are my team. And the minute I realized that I am literally responsible for my very own happiness, bipolar 2 disorder or not, what am I going to do about it? To do nothing about it is to allow my rapist to win, to allow the abusers to win in my life, to allow society to win over us colored people. I can't lay down and fail. There's only one way to win, and that's to win. Top CBX. That's my little slogan, my little motto. God, there's only one way to win, and that's to win. Winning looks different for everybody. Winning doesn't mean to win unhappy. That is losing. It's when you win and you're happy, then that is success. Follow me for more life hacks.